Hello, this is Kara again, and I have another video for you today. Today I will be doing something that I did, I think last time I did this was probably a year ago. I did a spring haul. I did a haul like in the fall, like around Christmas, I think. But this is a spring haul, and I'm doing this with all the stuff that I got recently. I just piled up and I got so much stuff because I am working on doing a whole bunch of new videos. I'm still going to be doing coloring videos. In fact, that's going to be the next video. I'm going to try to make sure that I have at least one coloring video a week, but I want to expand a little bit. So I hope that you guys are cool with that. And so as part of the expansion, I got a whole bunch of stuff. So let's get started. So I'm going to set this aside just a little bit so I don't forget. I got this from Sadie Saves the Day. She is really cool. She's really nice. She sent this all the way from Germany. I'll give you a link to her channel. She sent me a whole bunch of stuff in the care package. And I don't want to spoil the surprise of everything that she sent, because some of the things I want to show you, I want to show it to you like at a later date. But she sent me a care package with a whole bunch of stuff, including these pencils, which I will be reviewing in the next couple of weeks. I already started playing around with them. As you can see, these are the student grade, student crafter grade Faber Castell colored pencils, and they replaced the Art Grip line of colored pencils. If you saw my video, I'll give you a link up there. I did a video in the past to the watercolor version of these pencils, the gold fiber aqua, but these are just a regular gold fiber, and so I'll give you a link up there. I'm sure somebody's gonna get annoyed that I said gold fiber instead of gold faber, but I'm just gonna call it gold fiber. I don't know why. I feel like the same thing with Faber Castell. I feel like saying it fab. I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean. You'll deal. You're adults. So you'll deal. So anyway, so I got this from Sadie Saves the Day along with the care package. It came with some really hot, delicious chocolates, and I am going to try to see where I can get those chocolates in the US, because they were really good. It was like a Milky Way, had a baby with a Butterfinger, and it was so good. It was really good. Anyway, so there's that. And in addition to that, I got books, lots and lots of books. Look at all these books. Okay, we're going to go through these one by one. I am on a search to find the perfect beginner book. If you're a beginner and you want to learn to do art and you need a book, what is the perfect book for you? So I'm on a search for that, and I have a bunch of different books. So I got this 5-minute sketching architecture. This is actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put these aside. I'm going to go through them, and then I'm going to just talk to you briefly about that, because I started reading most of these books, and I spent some time doing this. This was actually really helpful. I've only gotten to the very beginning. It's really helpful. The only thing is, I'm not sure what he's talking about. There's no way I'm doing that in 5 minutes. I think he means just really quickly on the spot. But there's no way, that's going to take me at least a couple of hours to do something like that. So I don't know. It's really not 5 minutes. It should be called 2 hours, because it's really how long it's going to take me. I mean, maybe it takes him 5 minutes because he knows what he's doing. But for me, something like this is going to take me 2 hours to do. In all honesty, from sketching, it's going to take me 2 hours to do. So anyway, but it is a really good book, and there is a lot of really good information here. And it's broken up into smaller lessons that sort of build upon each other. But all in all, this is a okay book. So that's 5-minute sketching. I like that one. This one, learn to paint watercolor in 50 paintings. There's so much that I have a problem with here. So there are some good tips here, and there is a lot of good information, and it does kind of sort of build on, but it's not going to teach you to learn to make watercolors. I'll show you why. Because he literally goes from, let me show you, this is just this. I'll do, do you guys want me to do a full review of these books? If you do, let me know down in the comments. But he literally goes from this, which looks like your basic sketch, to this, and doesn't tell you how he got to that point. He's just add details. So, and that's one of the first ones. Let me show you the very first one. Hold on. The very first one, you have to know how to layer watercolors, you have to know how to use masking tape. You have to have masking tape, masking fluid, sorry. So you're using, this is the very first one, mind you. This is quote unquote lesson 1. So see that? So you don't think I'm lying. See that? Lesson 1. And you're using masking fluid, you're doing layering, you're drawing in sprinkles, and you're doing all this stuff on the very first lesson. If you saw my beginner watercolor video, I'm not like, we're not doing that for lesson 1. Lesson 1, we're going to the very basics. So this is kind of not really a beginner. This is for you if you already know how to do watercolor and you want to improve your watercolor. There's a lot here if you already know how to do watercolor and you're looking for ways to improve your watercolor. But there's a lot here that's not really beginnery stuff. So, and you have to know how to draw. So you have to already have a solid drawing foundation, and you have to already know watercolors. So anyway, oh my God, we're 6 minutes in and we're only a couple of books in. Okay, I'm going to try to go through a little bit faster. Essentials Watercolor. This is the one that I probably spent the least amount of time with. I just need more time with it. Both these two books, you guys know, like both these two books, the basic skin tone is like a European skin tone. And this book at least makes no mention of how to do other skin tones. This book might, I just haven't spent as much time with this book, so we're gonna go, this book might, but the other book doesn't even mention how to do skin tones. This one I got from my fan, my fairy godfather, so I'm super excited about this. This is colored pencil botanicals. And there's a lot of really good tips here on colored pencils. I mean, she does focus on botanicals, but there's just general drawing and coloring tips. And I'm hoping that it will improve both my general drawing and my my coloring of, you know, my coloring book coloring. So anyway, so there's this here. So this one is here. And this one I also got from my fairy godfather. This I'm super excited about. And I've literally, this is probably the one I've spent the least time on, only because like I'm trying to get through. I think there's one more that's not here. Actually there's one more book that's not here. I'm not sure what I did with that book. It should be here, but it's not. Anyway, there's another book that I got that was on sketchy. Maybe when I take because I'll have to take a break. When I take a break, I'll get the last book. So so she just has a lot of information here on the things she uses, and there's things that I didn't know about watercolor that I'm already learning. Because she uses a lot of different colors and small amounts of those colors, there's a lot of information here on mixing. And you guys know I love mixing charts and also to mixing things. Let me show you the colors that she uses. So these are the colors that she uses. So it's basically like all primaries and a, you know, a couple of purples, but it's purples plus the primaries that she mainly uses, and indigo. So I got a little palette to try to, actually, I think it's in one of the stuff we're going to open later, but I got a little palette to try to work, to try to pour these little paints in here and to try to use her method without having to pour out, you know, half pans, which would be a lot, especially since I have so many palettes already, and I just wanted something small. So I got that. That'll be coming up when I take a break. Actually, I'm going to take a break right now. So I'm going to take a break right now, get some more boxes out. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and then that'll be that. So let me take a break and I'll be right back. All right. This is another book that I got. I got this book from a fan. Thank you so much. I know who you are, but I'm not sure if it's okay to say your name. I think I'm going to assume that people don't want me to say their name, unless they tell me to. But I got this from a fan, and this is so exciting. Like, this is basically color recipes for all sorts of mediums, but the one that I got the most interested in was watercolor, and there's a huge section on watercolor. I believe this might be it, actually. Anyway, but there's so many different color recipes here, and they teach you how to break them down. They also teach you, like, there's a lot of skin tone variety. I was complaining about skin tones. There's no shortage of skin tone varieties here, as well as just like, but also information on mixing for other mediums. But there's like a whole big chart and section on doing it for watercolors, as well as like showing you like how much water affects like the final outcome of the exact colors. So that's also really nice. I think this is a watercolor section. Yes, so this is the watercolor section, and so there's look at all these different color recipes. So if there's a color that I'm struggling to make, like a specific color, this is a book that I turn to, and I keep this book up here with the other stuff. So I'm gonna put this back, but I did forget to show you guys that. All right, next is actually, let me show you this. These are just 2 sketches I did based on the learning that I've been doing from the books. So these are on Arches watercolor paper, and these are just smaller pieces that I cut from when I did the swatches. And so I saved the smaller pieces and I did this. So these are my boots that I wear. These are my boots that my winter boots, which I am still wearing because even though it's like the middle of April, it's still cold as heck out there. And then this was a little landscape that I did, and doing these made me realize that I really want to get smaller brushes. The brushes that I have are not small enough, and because I kind of am enjoying working for the stuff that I make myself. I'm sort of enjoying working in the smaller format because I can have something done in very little time. So this is the thing that I was talking about earlier for the Billy Showell books. Like, this is the palette that she uses. I'm using it right now for mixing colors for a coloring page that I'm working on, but she puts little drops of paint in here, and then she actually takes this to travel with. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to pour a little drops of paint so that I don't have to get out and make a huge palette, because I already have a lot of palettes. Speaking of which, I got this is an older one, but I did get another tray. This has Daniel Smith, but I wanted to show you just that you guys know I did my big thing on how to do 128 colors, and then I just took that and I translated that into a smaller form factor. So this holds 12. I took out the 12 tins that it holds, and I just put in and right now it has 24 instead of 12. But there are 2 kinds. This is MEEDEN, I think is how you pronounce it, MEEDEN. And they have the kind that's flat in the back, but they also have a kind that has like bumps in the back for doing different sections. And that was really frustrating because when it's flat in the back, it's easier to fit 24. When it has like little sections for mixing a watercolor, it actually makes it more difficult. And I think the most I've been able to fit in one of those is 20, because the bumps make it harder to fit ones in there. And this is the I got this actually a while back, but not a while back, but a couple of weeks back, and I did a whole video on swatching. This is the Rembrandt set of 48, and this is it with the swatch card. But I did a whole video where I swatched them out and everything, and I'll give a link to that video up there. So you guys, if you guys have seen that video, you've already seen the swatching out video where I did this for this set of 48. And let's see. I'm gonna take a pause again. All right, next up is a package that came from Amazon last night. I could not control myself, and I did open the White Night paint. Let's see. Okay, this is going to recycling. I have so much recycling piled up. I hope that wasn't loud. Anyway, so let me show you one of these from a fan. I want to say like literally the first year that I started doing videos. So that would have been 2 years ago. And I really like these. These use the same blades that the Alvin brass sharpener uses. And I really like that sharpener, and this uses the same blade. When I first got it, I didn't really have a need for... this uses the same blade that the Alvin brass sharpener uses. And in fact, this is okay. This is DUX, but it's oh, here it is. It's Alvin. So it's the same thing that, and I found that I really wanted to have, there were times when I definitely wanted to have a sharpener with a thing already there, so I didn't have to mill around and look for some place to put the shavings. More specifically, right here in my work area, so I could have a sharpener right here in my work area. So this is actually going to be my work area sharpener. So I'm going to put that over there for now. And these, I also have one of these. I actually have 3 of these already, 3 or 4 of these already. And I feel like I can never have too many of these. These are the Clic and Go cups by Faber Castell, and they are really useful for, I use them for water, for pencil shavings, as well as for random knickknacks. And let's see, so that is here. And now next thing I got is, I just want to show you the White Nights paint. I did a kind of a weird unboxing video that I took at Starbucks. And I just opened these up at Starbucks, and I just took a video, like literally holding it with my hand at Starbucks. And I will probably use that video for when I do the review. But anyway, this is what it is. It comes in a plastic container. I think there might be a metal tin version, but these are Russian watercolor paints, and this is what the paints look like. It's in a weird sort of container. One thing I do not like, I guess it's in a plastic container, and I thought it was for traveling, but because those little bits of paint get moved around, my first impression with these is I definitely would not travel with these. The little paints move around, and then the bits of paint get into the other section, and you end up having to lose a little bit of paint to that, or have mixes that are less clean. Let me show you. Actually, I have here, I can show you that's for a different video. This is, okay, so this is going to be a little bit weird, because this is I think this is the original order that the colors were in when they arrived. So the yellow ochre is right here with the yellows, and I know Sadie from Sadie Saves the Day likes to have her yellow ochre here. I prefer to have my yellow ochre with the earth tones. Like, I think some people put their yellows and their browns together, and it makes sense because it's kind of a yellow, but I still like to have them separately. I don't know why, but I feel more comfortable with it there. So so this is actually the new revised order that I put it in. But anyway, this is like a 12. It's supposed to be 12 pans, but you'll see it in the videos. They're supposed to be full pans, and a regular half pan is 2 millimeters, I believe. And these are 2.5 millimeters. So they're not really full pans. They're like, you know, pans plus. I'm going to call them pans plus. Anyway, so the colors that you get is cadmium lemon, cadmium lemon, cadmium yellow medium, yellow ochre, cadmium red light, carmine, ultramarine, azure, emerald green. This one is just as green, but I'm going to assume that it's either olive or sap green. I can't decide which one that looks more like. And I think I just put these in the wrong order. So this one should be this color here is the burnt umber, and this color here is listed as just umber, but I'm gonna say that that's probably a raw umber. And this is a neutral black, and it actually looks more like a neutral tint, but it's labeled as a neutral black, so we're just going to use it as a neutral black. And so these are the colors together. And the camera moved a little bit, I apologize for that. And this here is my first sort of humanoid type figure that I did, and this is based off of a mask at, I want to say, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, one of the museums that I've been to, either the Metropolitan Museum of Art or the Brooklyn Museum. They had this little mask, and I took a picture of it. And so this is like my sketch version of the mask that they had, which was like parts of it were broken off. And anyway, so this is my first like humanoid figure that I've drawn. But I did these with the Saint White Knights, St. Petersburg, which are kind of, I would say they're a little bit nicer than your typical student grade, but there's a oomph lacking that I wouldn't quite call them artist grade. So I think they're kind of in between the two, which is what other people have said. So so my experience comports with that. All right, I'm gonna take a break again, and then we're gonna actually open up a box. Yay! All right, here goes. Oh, so this I have not opened. There is a giveaway here, something that I got for myself for various reasons, and I will be giving away some of it. And I will be keeping some of it for myself. So, and you know, one thing people do in these kinds of haul videos is, you know, obviously this isn't to brag or anything. I like watching haul videos, and I hope that you guys enjoy watching me do a haul video. Hold on. There. And I hope that you guys enjoy watching me do a haul video. You know, obviously this is not this amount of extra is not required, but since I am going to start doing reviews of these various products, I figure why not haul them since I will be reviewing them. All right, so first things first is I got myself 2 of these. I've seen everybody have one of these. I've seen not everybody, but I've seen a lot of people have one of these. And what these are porcelain pallets. Hold on. And there was no, I know I'm abusing the packaging here, but hopefully this is fine here. Let's see. So you get the excitement of watching me remove tape and figure out how to get these things out. So I've seen a lot of people with these sort of daisy flower shaped things, and they were like, I feel like it was like $5 for each of these. So I got 2 of them. Oh, and the other thing that I forgot to mention is I got a pack of Arches watercolor paper. It's 22 inches by 30 inches. And it said that I think it was like $20 something for the pack. So I got 2 of these to use for mixing. I love mixing on porcelain. But what I really want to get is I want to get a stackable porcelain mixing solution where I could just have a bunch of them in a stack and then just, you know, pick one out. And that will make my life a lot easier because I live in an apartment and I don't have that much space. I have stuff stacked up, and so stuff that stacks makes my life way easier. So and then I'm gonna do at some point a review / comparison of these different watercolor porcelain palettes and talk about which ones I like best, so on and so forth. But I want to spend fair amount of time with these, so that's why I have this this here. Hold on, let's see if they stack. They look like they should stack, but that's always been the challenge so far, is I haven't found one that stacks. Obviously stacking is not the most urgent problem. Yes, this is perfect. Okay, so these stack, so that's awesome. So I'll probably, what I'm gonna do at some point is I'm probably gonna get like 2 more of these and at least one to give away. So I'm gonna do a giveaway for one of these, not one of these that I opened, but since they stack, I'll probably get a few more of these. And I love this idea of just having them stacked when not in use, because things that can stack and can be put away into corners always make my life in a New York City apartment much easier. I swear you guys don't realize that you guys have seen like for literally most of my apartment at this point. All right, so what do I take out next to show you? Okay, so let me show you this, and I may have to call. I these look really good. I got a Raphael Sable brush in my Sennelier set. This is a script brush, and it's supposed to let you put in really fine lines, and this is a bigger script brush, but this is a script brush, and I cannot wait to play with these because I really want to see how they work. So these are Silver Black Velvet, a mix of squirrel and synthetic hair, and I like these because because they hold a point really well. The Raphael brushes that I got that are Sable, they're fairly expensive, and one came with the set, and the one that came with the set, it held a point really nicely. So then I got 2 more, and the 2 more that I got do not hold a point. So I'm going to have to contact them and figure out if there was something wrong with the shipping, because they came all the way from London and not all of them had the protector tip on there. So that might have been why they don't really hold a point. But anyway, so there's that. So so I'm going to set these aside right here, and then we can start talking about what I got to give away. I got one of these. Yay. As you guys know, I already have the full set of the Sennelier, but believe it or not, I had already run out of Lemon Yellow and Ultramarine Deep. And I was looking at the prices for those 2 colors, and it honestly came out cheaper to just get this. And I figured it would be fun to do a review of this. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to review this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of this paint into half pans. And I'm going to give away a poured half pan. I'm going to give one away for this video. So that's it. So let's open this up and see how it looks. Oh, this is really nice. And we already know how the tubes of paint look, and these are 10 milliliter. So I'm going to pour out each of these 5 colors into half pans, let them dry, and give one away to somebody in the US. All you have to do is leave a comment below. You know, say something nice. I don't know. Say something nice about someone. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about my expansion into watercolor. And I believe you can take this foam out, and I'm going to use this tray to store my empty tubes of Sennelier paints until I can get, they have these little paint squeezer things that will get out every last drop of paint. And once I get one of those, I'm going to like literally squeeze out every last drop of paint. But for right now, I have the empty tubes, and I'm going to, you know, replace the tubes here. The ones that are empty with the Sennelier, with the ones in the big set, and I will do a review of these, and we'll probably give away another pack when I do the review, but I can't promise that right now. Anyway, for right now, yeah, so just comment down below, tell me what you guys think about my expansion into watercolor, what kind of things you guys want to see with that. Let me know any coloring ideas that you have, and just subscribe. If you're in the US, yeah, mainly if you're in the US, and let's say a week from today is the 20th, which is, I'm going to try to make sure this video goes live today on the 20th. So let's say the 28th to give everybody a chance to enter down below. And so just leave a comment, make sure you're subscribed in the US, and all the technical stuff will be down in the description. And I will send a pack of these poured into paints for you, and I'll send those out. You know, I'll pour these out today, and it's going to take them at least that long to dry. And somebody will win some of these. So yeah, so let me know that. I really want to do more giveaways. So if you like giveaways, or if you just like what I do, don't forget to subscribe, share, bookmark my Amazon link. That's how I paid for the White Nights paint. Was literally with the Amazon referral link was how I got the White Nights paint. So that makes a huge difference, and those are things that I can review that I don't normally have a chance to review. And I think that's it. Oh, and don't forget, I have a Facebook group as well as a Facebook page. Make sure you join the group and not the page. I think some people have been joining the page thinking they're joining the group. Make sure you join the group. And yeah, even if you like what I do, don't forget to consider supporting over on Patreon, because these things are not free, and they cost money. And your support helps me get more stuff to review and hopefully give away. And I'm going to try to do more giveaways. I didn't do as many giveaways my second year doing the channel as I did my first year doing the channel. And I want to go back to doing more giveaways. The giveaways were a little bit of a stress, so that's why I stopped doing them. But I really enjoyed like making people happy basically. So I want to go back to doing more giveaways. But so being a supporter over on Patreon or bookmarking my Amazon link, all that stuff helps me to have more giveaways to do, as well as to expand the channel. Anyway, I am rambling, which is something that I do. And so let me know down in the description, and there will be a video of a cat. I don't know which one I'm going to use, but I did take a whole bunch of videos of the cats. So stay tuned for the cat video, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye.